Yes.
Okay, welcome everybody to more positive real estate updates. So, there's some more good news. In fact, today, my first phone call was from one of the top realtors that we work with, referring us a $1.1 million buyer. So, that was wonderful news this morning. And then, in addition, I got a phone call for attorney representation for a seller. So, two deals in one day is a nice news. So, also, John and Anthony, can you tell us any good news since last week?
Yeah, there's good news. We're experiencing an increase in orders, like you just said.
Right, that's what I'm
Um,
asking. Yeah, have you
and
seen?
there are all types too. There's a vacant land contract we just got today. We also got a commercial contract that came today. Uh, Condos and houses. So it looks like the whole market is starting to rebound, which is very good news.
Right. Ask if you've seen more phone calls and more referrals because that's what I'm hearing. So, good forecast ahead. And also, one of the positive news is buyers are buying properties and selling properties sight unseen. As a matter of fact, the Wall Street Journal has reported an increase with buyers via FaceTime, photos, videos, Zoom, and 3D options. So, in fact, on Miami Beach, 57 Ocean has been sending um, goggles to people to watch live Zooms, and also inspections are happening via different alternative methods. And the Marco Polo app is being used. Videos are video people are watching replays and seeing the properties. They could stop, they could pause, they can watch over and over. So people are adapting to the market when they're not able to go into and see the property, and or inspections are not able to happen. Are you hearing about this as well?
Yeah, definitely. The virtual tours are huge right now. The 3D models are good. There's a lot of out of state buyers, like we talked about last week in the Northeast, looking to come down. Some avoiding city life, looking to come down here. So all of those tools, and as many of those tools that you can use, obviously is better for you as a realtor and also for your clients.
In fact, it's been reported that Florida is now the number two destination for New York buyers fleeing due to not only tax reasons, but due to COVID from New York. And they're fleeing to Florida after New Jersey, upstate New York, and Long Island. So we're actually the number one out of state destination now, in addition, due to COVID reasons for New Yorkers. So, good market to target right now. And as we spoke about last time, we're doing remote closings and even curbside closings as needed. So, also from the Real Deal, they reported 4 weeks in a row now with more loan applications in process, with New York again leading the way. So, also economics, I can't speak, see Florida bouncing back faster than the rest of the country. And why would they say that is? What would be the reason, John or Anthony? Economists are seeing Florida bouncing back, number one.
Yeah, I think our low income tax is an attraction to Florida. The weather, obviously, especially with this virus, apparently it doesn't last long in the sun, so that's always a plus. We're not a big city, so we're more spread out. We have backyards. We don't have subways. People have their own transportation. So a lot of those things contribute to the surge for Florida. Also, the easy living. We're not that fast paced of a state. We're a little bit more laid back. We go to the beaches and things like that. So all of those contribute to Florida being a premier destination for Northerners.
Okay. And I didn't even get to make an introduction. We have two expert real estate attorneys, John Iowano and Anthony Bauza. And we have a great team, including Paulina Lizarga and staff to help you either live, in person, remote, curbside, whatever your preference is, either in state, out of state, in the US, outside of the United States. All options were digital, wireless, paperless. We also have the attorneys available at your and your client's disposal to help structure deals, answer any questions. We are deal makers. Florida Closing, floridaclosing.com. You can reach us locally at 305 720 2844. I'm available to help you with as the marketing liaison and with some marketing tools that I will add in a few minutes. But I do have a question for John. You had mentioned some extension dates that you would recommend, including financing contingencies. Can you briefly summarize what extensions you would recommend during this time period on the contract?
Sure. Realtors should always be mindful of dates. There's three specific dates on the contract that we have to pay more attention to now because of the virus. The first is the time to submit the deposit. That's on the first page of the contract, and if you leave it blank, it's 3 days. But nowadays, what we're seeing is not too many buyers want to stop by or drop off the deposit check or meet with the realtor. So what they're doing is they're mailing them in by regular mail, not even FedEx, because they don't want to go to a FedEx store. So instead of leaving it blank or putting 3 days, we recommend putting at least 5, even maybe 7 on the contract. The second time is the right to inspect, right to cancel portion. If you leave that blank, that's 15. I recommend definitely leaving it at 15. Don't go below 15. Don't do a 3 or a 5 or a 7. Because right now the inspectors are having difficulties getting into certain places. There's some difficulty finding inspectors. So make sure to keep that time frame at least 15 and maybe consider putting 20 or even more. And then the third contingency time period is for financing. On the contract, it's left blank, and if you leave it blank, it's 30 days. I recommend during a regular time period of at least putting 45 days, but nowadays with some delays and the virus and whatnot, I would put at least 45 days, maybe even 60. So those are 3 time frames that realtors should definitely be mindful of when preparing a contract. And also, once the contract is fully prepared, they can email it to either myself or Anthony. We'll take a quick look at it and make sure everything else looks good on the contract.
Right. And or we'll pick up and deliver. We are here to help you in any way possible, especially during this time period. Okay, Anthony. I know that there's a petition that agents were signing for, I believe, a 50% reduction in their fees, and also Zillow and Realtor.com. Can you elaborate about that?
Yes, so there's a petition on change.org, and it's to the National Association of Realtors, Florida Realtors, and the Miami Board of Realtors. And it would be essentially to request a 50% discount on this year's fees and dues. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, some realtors are facing a loss of business. And we're almost halfway through the year, so the petition is basically asking for a reduction of 50% of those fees, and also for Zillow and Realtor.com fees.
And would you elaborate? I believe there's an extension now for evictions and foreclosures.
Yeah, so Governor Ron DeSantis initially had issued an order on April 2nd that lasted through May 17th. Prior to it expiring last week, he did extend it again through June 2nd. So that is a moratorium on evictions and foreclosure proceedings. Rents and payments are still due. That money is not um, forgiven, or you're not. It's not that you're not required to pay it. It's just that there will not be an eviction or a foreclosure based on non-payment. In addition to that, FHA has also extended their own eviction and foreclosure moratorium through June 30th. So any homeowner with an FHA single-family mortgage has through June 30th for no evictions or foreclosures. And if you call your lender, they do have forbearance options.
Next, I just want to mention that NAR reported in April that there was a 31% increase of buyers purchasing and contracts being executed without seeing the properties. So, as John mentioned, we have added virtual tours and opens. They can be live or virtual that we create for you, whether you can go into the property and be there live and or send us pictures. We also have professionals. There goes Danny showing what he can create. If you send 2D pictures, he can create 3D for you. So that's a great advantage. And we also have what's called Web Alert. That's a new tool that you get subscribers that opt into your website that you can send push notification alerts about properties, price reductions, any kind of updates to subscribers that are interested in buying or selling. So we do recommend novel tools now during this time period to help buying and selling and also for lead capture. So, and Anthony, anything else that you want to add? Recommendations for the realtors? I know property pricing is pretty much holding or increasing. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, what we've seen has been just a decline in transactions, not necessarily the value or the amount. So the prices still have been holding. So now with things starting to open up back more and things trying to get back to normal, we are seeing now an uptick in transactions. So hopefully we could get back to those numbers that we had before.
Yes, definitely. The realtors that I have been speaking to are telling me there's a lot more phone calls now, and the forecast is good ahead, especially for the fall. So, again, our team is here for you. We want you to be safe. We're happy to answer any questions, review contracts, draft contracts, hold escrow, answer any questions that you or your clients may have. We do addendums for you. We can do LLCs at cost, anything that we can do. We're deal makers. We would like to structure any deals for you to close. And we're here to help increase your success. So Florida Closing and Escrow and BOW brokers, opens, and tours worldwide are here to help you to succeed. Anything you want to add?
No, just we hope everyone continues to be safe, and eventually we'll see each other again real soon.
Yes, we're waiting for any opens to start, or else I know Privé, for one, wants to start with doing some virtual happy hours and opens, and that's been in discussion. So stay tuned, and everyone will be notified as soon as we start with any of the virtual opens or live opens again. Thank you, and to safety and success.